Hello, my name is Niran Jeyanesan. I'm your Conservative candidate here in Markham-Stouffville. I've been in public service as a police officer for 10 years, now running for public office here in Markham-Stouffville. Let's bring home some change, fundamental changes that's needed here in Markham-Stouffville. Thank you for your support, and I hope to see you at the doors. Take care.
How long have you lived in Stouffville?
I don't reside in Stouffville. I used to live in Markham. I live just outside the region in Toronto.
Okay, so while you're running, so you have a good paid job, like serving the public?
It is a good paying job, but we all need to stand up and take our responsibility. It is our responsibility to change the country and where that's gone right now. So I'm looking forward to doing that in Parliament.
So what kind of problem you think when you get elected, you can solve the problems?
Yeah, as you know, Canada is facing an economic crisis. Canada is facing an immigration crisis. Canada is also facing a safety crisis. If you talk to some of the residents here in Markham-Stouffville, that's one of the major problems that I hear every single day at the doors. We need changes to our bail system. We need changes to our immigration system. We need a powerful economy back here in Canada so people can bring home powerful paychecks. And that's why I'm running.
So when you're elected, you all feel safe in Markham?
Yes, absolutely. You can count on the Conservatives to do that.
We can count on you.
Thank you. I appreciate it. You take care. Thanks. How are you? Thank you.
Coming, and it's great to be a part of this opening. The reason I do come and the reason I think so highly of Niran is because I met Niran over 10 years ago, actually as a supervisor working in 31 Division, the Jane Finch community in Toronto. I happened to come across a whole bunch of opportunities that were going on in the community, and we were trying to get more engagement and more collaborative workings in the community with our vast difference in people and the cultures and what was going on. And Niran was the first one to reach out to me in the Chalk Farm area to say that he was in charge of security there and wanted to make a difference in people's lives. How could he help? So we opened up a computer lab and some working programs with the at-risk youth that had nothing at the time, and we ended up getting a couple of $100,000 a year that were helping young kids and families get out of the organized crime, gang movements, and human trafficking pieces. So for a man to step up forward like that without even knowing me and taking an active role in that community, we then talked further. He made bigger impacts and asked how we could become better involved and more impactful. So I told him to join the police department. Good or bad for some families, I know Keldon, sorry, but it was a great move. They thought so highly of him and the work that he was helping me with in the community that they hired him on the job and brought him to 31 Division where I was working as a supervisor and put him on our team. So he wanted to make a bigger impact, and that's exactly what he did. He's well known there, does everything that he says he's going to do for the people and the families in that community, and made a complete difference. Our crime rate at that time, and I can vouch for it, that's what I'm so proud of as well, is that we were averaging over 20 homicides a year. In the 5 years that we initially started our programs, they dwindled to a point where for 3 years in a row we had 1 homicide. Now, the other problem with that is, since I left the job 6 years ago in retirement after 35 years, our homicide rate and serious violent crime has gone up, and that's because the programs that we were running have not been maintained. So that just goes to show you that when you have the right people doing the job and the right people that want to make a difference, they can make a difference with the right resources and the right workings together. So at anything that he does and anything that he requires help with, I'm the guy that says firsthand, I'm a volunteer. I moved out of Brooklyn 2 years ago, and I'm up close to where you are now. I'm in Oro-Medonte, so just off of Horseshoe Valley in retirement, but still involved up there running programs for at-risk youth and Aboriginal hockey and doing a whole lot of work up there. But I know it makes a difference, and I know he's going to make a difference in this community. So I'm here for him, and I'll do everything I can to help him. And that's enough for me.
Now this is an energized crowd if I've ever seen one. Is everybody excited to kick those Liberals out of office and to install our next Prime Minister? I don't need to tell any of you about any single person in here. I don't need to tell you how bad it is in this country. I don't need to tell you how bad it is down the street from where you live. You know about the crime. You know that the next generation has given up hope of ever owning a house. Taxes are way too high. And the Liberals are just doubling down on the same program. Same program. 10 years. They've had 10 years. Now Mark Carney thinks that maybe carbon taxes aren't so good. 2 years ago he thought they weren't high enough. I don't trust a guy like that, I gotta tell you. I trust a guy like Pierre Poilievre who's worked hard and said the same message over and over and over again. I'm not surprised that Mark Carney's trying to copy Pierre Poilievre, because Pierre Poilievre is the only one that knows what we need to do to get this country moving again and to restore the promise of Canada to every single generation. You have an incredible candidate here. Listen, I left the lake in Muskoka to come down here to support Niran. He's an amazing candidate, and I'll tell you right now, he needs your help. Markham-Stouffville is such an important riding. We need to form we can't just win enough to have a majority of the seats in the House of Commons. We have to win a majority government. Jagmeet Singh doesn't want to work with us. He's helped Justin Trudeau and the Liberals increase taxes and make life worse for everybody. We need a majority government, and we do not do that unless Niran wins here, unless Sandra wins, unless Lionel wins. We have to take over the 905, and with your help, we're going to do it. And you're lucky, because you got the queen of the 905 right here with Anna Roberts in King Vaughan.
Yes.
Nobody works harder than Anna Roberts. I tell you, they all love her in Ottawa. We need to get her some friends in the neighborhood, and we need to take this over. We need to make sure that we win, but it's going to take a lot of work. You've seen what's happening in the polls. The media loves the Liberals, right? They just love the Liberals. They're supporting them, and they're just doing everything they can to make sure that Mark Carney stays. We can't have that happen. He was advising Justin Trudeau on all his disastrous economic policies that have made life more expensive. The only way we restore the promise, the only way we make life more affordable is electing Niran, electing all these great candidates, winning in the 905, and that is how we make Pierre Poilievre the next Prime Minister of Canada. So I'm not going to talk much more, because I could talk forever. I'm a small town mayor, we talk a lot. But what you really need to do is you need to get out there, you need to hit the doors, you need to make sure that we identify our vote, make sure they come out, make sure they vote in advance polls, make sure they get out on election day. It's going to take every single one of you working hard. You'll see I've got my old man running shoes on. I'm ready to hit the doors as well. Let's get out there. Let's turn Markham-Stouffville blue. Let's get Niran as the next member of Parliament right here in Markham-Stouffville, and let's win this one. Thank you very much.
And I'm proud to be the Member of Parliament for King Vaughan and the Shadow Minister of Seniors. So let me tell you something. Scott and I, we sit in the House of Commons. And we have to tell you, we are so disappointed because every time we try to make a difference and put a bill right for everyone in this country, we get turned down. Yeah. And why is that? Because you've got a coalition government between the Liberals and the NDP that have stopped us from making Canada the country that you and I and our parents came to and remember. So let me tell you, everyone, we can't do this without your support. Niran, Sandra, Lionel, Brent, we all need you to step up and give us a hand. We need volunteers, we need funds, we need door knockers, we need phone callers, because without your support, we're going to end up in the same position. How many of you want to see a change and turn York Region blue? That's what I'm talking about. So please, Markham needs, because without your support, we're sitting ducks. We need you back in Ottawa. So Niran, get out there, get your team out there, let's knock on those doors, and let's make a huge difference. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Well, thank you so much. It is obviously really exciting for me to be here to support this remarkable candidate. Friends, let me just say this. I mean this very, very much. It is only Conservatives who will deliver a stronger economy for the entire country. Only Conservatives can do that. It is only Conservatives that will deliver a stronger military. It is only Conservatives that will cut taxes while restoring balance to our budget. It is only Conservatives that will build the type of infrastructure that we need to keep our economy going. It was a Conservative that gave you free trade in Brian Mulroney. It was another Conservative that gave you free trade with the European Union. It is only Conservatives that build this country all of the time. And when you want a stronger, safer community, who better than this guy right here, supported by that group of people who will deliver a strong economy, who will always support our police, who will invest in our military and make Canada again the true north, strong and free. It is these group of people and Conservative candidates all over this country who deserve our support. And Niran, you said this. You said, you're going to work hard to earn our trust. Well, you have earned our trust already. Anybody who has the maple leaf on his shoulder and who works day in and day out to deliver a safer community in some of the hardest parts of our community already has our trust. And now it is up to all of us. It is up to all of us. It is up to all of us to say thank you, but to also bring it home for all of them and for Canada. Work harder than you have ever worked before. Knock on doors. As I was knocking on doors, people were talking about him and they were excited to see change. And let me tell you this, forget the polls, forget everything. When I first won in 2008, everybody said, you'll never win. And I went to Ottawa not once, but twice.
Absolutely.
So it will be done. He will do it. You're lucky you got a great candidate. We're lucky that we have a great candidate. I'm going to take my sign tonight, put it in the ground, take nothing for granted, because this country deserves the extraordinary hard work that comes with the sacrifice that they are making. They will bring it home, and we will again have a Canada that we can be proud of. We'll never, ever let anybody tell you that we should be ashamed of our flag. Fly it high, fly it proud, and let's bring it home.
Appa, you gave my sister and I the opportunity for a shot of success in the greatest country in the world. I'm going to live up to that promise. Calden, being your husband is the greatest honor of my life. Every single day, thank you. Every single day you save lives and show the kind of courage that pushes me to do and be my best. I won't let you down. Archer, I don't know where that kid is. Words can't describe what being your dad means to me. Your mom and I love you very much. I'm doing this for you and for all the kids like you, so you all might grow up in the kind of country you deserve. Markham-Stouffville. I've seen what makes this the special place in Canada. It's a place where we work hard for each other, we stand up for each other, and build a future together. I'm going to fight like hell to earn your trust and promise that I'll be your champion in Parliament.
Hear, hear.
Friends, I know what it means to wear a maple leaf on a uniform of service. Thank you. as a police officer, I've stood in protected communities like ours. And because of it, I know what it takes to build a strong community. We're going to create conditions to make sure that the province of Canada lives up to all of us. We're going to build a Markham-Stouffville where your kids can come back and to start a life in this hometown, where you can own a great home on a safe street protected by brave police officers, firefighters, and soldiers, where you can own a small business without punishing taxes, where you can dream, where you can build, where you can retire in dignity. Friends, we live in the best community in the greatest country in the world. I've always loved Canada. I've never stopped wanting to make it better. And that is what drives me to serve. But to do it, I'm going to need your help. This election is going to be close. And every single one of you has a part to play. Friends, if you're willing to join me at the doors these next 32 days, if you're willing to pound in some signs, if you're willing to talk to your friends and to talk to your neighbors and give me your vote, then friends, we're going to need it. We're going to win this election. We're going to turn Markham-Stouffville blue. And you know, you and I together, we're going to get our great country back on track. Canada first, Canada always, Canada forever. Let's do this thing. Thank you very much. Gentlemen, before I leave, I just wanted to say a few words. 2 years ago, I met a custodian in one of our local schools working an overtime night shift. He knew that I was running for this position. He approached and we had a conversation. He mentioned that in order to put a roof over his head, he needed to do 2 jobs, work overtime, and his older children who had grown up, but they had to sell their house and move in with him because of the taxes that he was paying and because of the struggle that he was having. The conversation carried on. He mentioned that his investment property is something that he can't hold on to anymore, and that he's not sure if he parks his car in his driveway that it's going to be safe at night. I met this gentleman again a year later, a little bit weathered. Same conversation, and the question he had was, is this going to change? Is this situation that we're facing going to change? I'm going to meet him again next year. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to have a different answer for him. I'm going to tell him that we're going to change it. We're going to work hard to bring back powerful paychecks so that every single person can own a home in a safe neighborhood so that they don't have to worry about their children growing up in this great country. Please welcome Conservative government to Markham-Stouffville, and let's do this together.